Manchester City are making headlines again. Pep Guardiola believes Jeremy Doku can reach the level of football superstars like Lamine Yamal and Vinicius Jr. after the Belgian winger's explosive performances in the Premier League. Meanwhile, Doku insists he has always played with the same fearless instinct, only now the goals are finally coming. In this video, we break down Doku's rise at Manchester City, Pep Guardiola's massive praise, City's title race momentum, and the latest transfer bombshell surrounding Josko Gvardiol, with both Real Madrid and Bayern Munich reportedly pushing for the Croatian defender. Will City keep hold of one of Europe's best defenders? And can Doku truly become one of the world's elite attackers? Stay tuned for all the latest Manchester City news, transfer updates, and analysis. Jeremy Doku can compete with Lamine Yamal and Vinicius Jr., says Pep Guardiola. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has admitted that Jeremy Doku has the potential of competing with world-class talent such as Lamine Yamal and Vinicius Jr. Doku is in flying form for the Blues and scored 3 Premier League goals last week, a stunning 90-plus 78-minute leveller in a 3-3 draw against Everton and the opener in Manchester City's 3-0 win over Brentford. City have seen the likes of Doku, January signing Antoine Semenyo and summer arrival Ryan Cherki assume greater responsibility in the final third in 2026, alleviating the goal-scoring burden on number 9 Erling Haaland. Jeremy Doku gives peek through the curtain into improved Manchester City attacking numbers. Jeremy Doku has insisted his remarkable run of form for Manchester City is not the product of any transformation but simply the natural result of an instinctive player finally seeing the goals arrive. The 23-year-old scored the opener for City in their 3-0 win over Brentford at the City in the Community Etihad Stadium on Saturday before dedicating the goal to his father on his 60th birthday. After dropping crucial points against Everton last time out at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, Manchester City returned to winning ways this weekend to keep up the pressure on Premier League leaders Arsenal, moving to 2 points. In several post-match interviews, Doku reflected on his development, the energy driving City's remarkable late-season surge and the mindset shift that has contributed to his most productive spell of the campaign. "I haven't been a different player to what I've shown of late," admits Doku after Brentford's stunner. Speaking to BBC Radio Manchester after Saturday's 3-0 win, the Belgian international pushed back on any suggestion that he has reinvented himself as a footballer this season, insisting the only thing that has changed is the end product. "I've always been an instinct player," he said. "We saw today it's working out, I scored. But I've always played like this, instinct. Now the goals are coming. Now people are going to say, wow. But I haven't been a different player." The message is consistent with what City boss Pep Guardiola has said about Doku in recent weeks, that the step forward has not come from a change in identity but from a growing maturity in how he applies the qualities he has always possessed. Guardiola described the former Rennes forward as amazing this season earlier this week, pointing to a player who now understands that impact as a winger goes beyond winning one-on-one duels. Doku, what's a better position to be in? In conversation with Sky Sports, Doku zoomed out to reflect on the broader context of a season that has brought City to a point where they are still fighting for a domestic treble, having lifted the Carabao Cup by beating Arsenal in the final at Wembley in March. "It's been a long season. When you arrive at this point, it's all you've sacrificed for, you sacrifice everything to arrive at this point. And then you always find some energy to push through, especially these types of games where everybody wants to be," Doku said. "We already won trophy, we're in a final, we're in a title race, what's a better position? We're happy and trust me, we'll find energy to continue to push for the next games." Man City defender Josko Gvardiol is being eyed by 2 of the biggest clubs in Europe. Real Madrid and Bayern Munich have initiated contact with the representatives of Manchester City defender Josko Gvardiol, exploring the feasibility of a blockbuster transfer. Both the clubs are reportedly huge admirers of the 24-year-old defender. Real Madrid and Bayern Munich have initiated contact with the representatives of Manchester City defender Josko Gvardiol, exploring the feasibility of a blockbuster transfer. Both the clubs are reportedly huge admirers of the 24-year-old defender. The intense interest from both Madrid and Bayern hardly comes as a surprise. Both European giants are actively scouring the market for premium, left-sided defensive reinforcements, and Gvardiol fits the profile of the player they are looking for. Capable of operating seamlessly as a progressive, ball-playing centre-back or as an attacking threat from left-back, the Croatian international has established himself as one of the most complete defenders in the modern game. Yet, Gvardiol's current campaign has been defined by off-pitch frustration rather than on-pitch action. A severe right tibial fracture sustained during a hard-fought draw against Chelsea in early January abruptly derailed his season, forcing him into months of strenuous rehabilitation. While City were compelled to navigate a severe defensive injury crisis in his absence, eventually recruiting Marc Guehi in the winter window to bolster the backline, manager Pep Guardiola's reliance on Gvardiol's unique skill set has never wavered. Guardiola recently made his stance clear to the media, noting that a player of Gvardiol's caliber is incredibly rare to find and expressing his explicit desire for the defender to remain in Manchester. What do you think, City fans? Can Jeremy Doku really compete with stars like Lamine Yamal and Vinicius Jr., or is Pep Guardiola exaggerating? And should Manchester City do everything possible to keep Josko Gvardiol despite interest from Real Madrid and Bayern Munich? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Manchester City news, transfer rumours, match analysis, and exclusive updates throughout the season.